I had a viewer ask about my collection. Well, to be honest, I have an accumulation of rocks. Over the last 6.5 years, it's grown rather substantially, but I'll show you a few of them. Let's start out here on my back porch. This is where rocks end up when I'm trying to sort them. This one here is kind of a special piece. It's a giant piece of Druzy Bear Canyon agate that I got when I was out hunting with Theo Kellison, and it's very pretty. All of this had stuff that got soaked out of it, and so now it's just really pretty Druzy. This bucket is one that I have set aside because I want to do some cutting of it, and of course it just sits here on my table outside. I've got a squirt bottle so we can take a look and see what some of the stuff is. Ooh, it's even prettier when it's wet. All right, so here we have, ooh, yeah, I forgot about this piece. This is a piece of opalized wood that I found, years and years and years ago, and I got quite a few slabs off of it. Now I need to face polish it, just make it a nice little specimen. This pretty thing is from the polka dot agate mine. They have these huge gems, the huge Thundereggs that have this really cool stuff inside of them. And I just took this piece home because I thought it was pretty. This is another piece of opalized wood, and just really pretty. I thought maybe I'd tumble this one. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got some more Bear Canyon agates. So pretty. This one, I think, is a Lake Superior agate, and I think somebody sent that to me. It's pretty. What else have we got? Oh, this one. This one is a piece of petrified wood, but it is just like entirely agate as well. It even has some agate on the outside of it. Like, look at that. I just think this piece is really great. Another piece I really love is this limb cast. This one was the most kind of tubular limb cast I've ever found. I found this one down by Forsyth, down by Rosebud, and I just was so excited, and I just think it's really, really cool. Basically, this used to be a tree branch, and then it got burnt out in the lava, leaving a hollow space, and so then it was filled with silica and agate inclusions like manganese. Just really cool. I think this one I'll probably just end polish. I'm not actually sure where I got this one, but wow, is that some striking rock. It's got Jasper, and then it's broken apart, cemented with quartz. Oh, gorgeous. Here is another agate petrified wood combo. Basically, the wood was completely burnt out, and then this agate filled the space. And this is why it has these kind of grains on this side, but it's not a cellular replacement. It's just completely filled with agate. So I think that one's really pretty. This is another interesting agate. This one seems to have kind of an opal center here. And so that's why this is in my do something with this bucket. I've cut these before and they polish beautifully, and I just think they're really neat. It's just it's not even called a breccia, a conglomerate, that's what it is, of two different kinds of stones. And I just think they're really, really fun. This one is just a fantastic piece of petrified wood that I found. The colors on it just blow me away. Again, I'm not sure where this one came from, but I do think it's very cool with the kind of the curly bottom and then these beautiful quartz crystals on the top. Speaking of quartz crystals, this one's kind of fun. This has agate stuff all the way around the outside, but just a really thin layer and the rest of it is a crystal quartz nodule. Sometimes chunks end up here because I don't have a space for them. This is a piece of labradorite, and basically what I need to do is take it and cut it. You can see where the blue shows up. Labradorite is a directional material, which means that if you want it to have the beautiful shiny blue, you have to cut it in a certain direction. I should take this one inside. I think this one needs to get cut. Here is a piece of coprolite. I think this is from my dad's collection, if I can remember correctly. And coprolite is dinosaur poop, in case you didn't know. And isn't it amazing that it turns out so beautifully? Just goes to show you, even something terrible can make something beautiful. Often ask me what I do with all of the pieces that I find when I'm on the river, and this is one of the things I do with them. I do have boxes of rocks that I sell on my Etsy store, and they kind of come from here. This is some of the cooler pieces of petrified wood that I have. I try to keep ones that are interesting, like that have this kind of opal-y stuff maybe, or some color in them. Although, if you've watched my hunts, you know that I'm just obsessed with petrified wood. Sometimes I find big chunks of petrified wood, and if I don't do something with them right away, they end up in this bucket. This is my big petrified wood bucket. You see I have one here. It's a lot. This one actually didn't come from the river. This came from up in the mountains over by Three Forks. Anyway, so this is my big petrified wood bucket. Here we have my Jasper bucket. And Jasper, I call pretty much any colorful rock that has a similar hardness to agate. Jasper, probably, it's not really the correct term, but there's a lot of rocks in here that are just kind of mixed, but they're pretty. So pretty. Oops. Check that one out. Here, of course, is my agate bin. And these are agates that I don't want to do something with immediately, but I think that are cool enough to keep. Some of them are big, some of them are small. They have all kinds of different shapes. Found a lot of agates over the years. Speaking of agates, here's one that I think I'm going to face polish. It's just so pretty. Look at this, a whole fortification in there. That's kind of unusual for the Montanas. This is the bin that caught the eye of the viewer who asked about my collection. And this bin is actually not anything in particular. It's a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to keep organized. This piece is actually a piece of petrified wood, I believe, from Washington. You can see it has a really different look than the petrified wood from around here. And then I'm preparing to do a piece on porphyry, and there's so many different kinds of porphyry on the Yellowstone River that I have a lot of that porphyry collected here. This one is one that I would call Devil Stone because it is very similar in texture to agates. It's a piece of serpentinite that I got when I was hunting with Currently Rock Hounding. It's kind of cool. This is a gorgeous piece of Jasper breccia that is just, the colors in it just blow me away, so that one needs to get cut. So many things I need to do. Maybe I better retire. These are kind of cool. They're out here because they were being washed. This is Java lace, and it's cut horizontally across the grain, so it goes and makes these really cool patterns. Isn't that beautiful? Here's a better look at it. I bet you can guess what this is. This is a slab from a stromatolite. All those wavy bands is what gives this one away. This is one of my favorite kinds of jaspers. It's just it's a red jasper that's cracked up and then re-cemented with quartz. And in California, there's actually a special kind of jasper called Stone Canyon jasper that looks a lot like this, but I found this one on the river. Here's another example of that. This is a piece of lapis lazuli that I found, maybe lapis lazuli. I didn't find it, I bought it. Isn't that great? So blue. Here's a slab off of that chunk. Just love the blue. Ooh, look at that. That's just something. I think I probably should bring this bowl inside. This basket is my random, haven't decided what I should do with it yet basket. This is a piece of a Thunderegg. And got some quartz, got some, I don't even know what. Just lots of random stuff that probably will end up in the rock garden. I just haven't decided for sure yet. Truth be told, I kind of have rocks everywhere. But we're down in what I call the rock room right now. And this is what I've been trying to get organized so that I can have things listed and know where they are and not have a complete mess all over the house. So let's take a look at a few of the things in the rock room. These babies are Gambiri agates, and these come from Malawi. And I was lucky enough to buy a third of a barrel of these before they became kind of scarce. Basically, Malawi has shut down their exports of raw materials right now, and so this is something that you can't get anymore, and so the cost, of course, has gone up, but I was lucky enough to get them at the regular price. So up here I have some stuff that I got from Graveyard Point, and I didn't actually find much in the way of really good plume when I was there, partly because I didn't know what I was looking for, but I did find some interesting other specimens. This one's got some cool blue quartz. What else have we got here? Don't even know why I kept this one. No idea. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I know that we found quite a few that have these really cool blue minerals through them, and so we picked those up just because I thought they were pretty. So maybe the next time I go to Graveyard Point, I'll have somebody with me who can show me what I'm doing. Right here we have a bin of Montana agates. These are all labeled and ready to go into the boxes of rocks. Ooh, quartz. Okay. Kind of excited about these. These are Idaho Sunset agates, and I bought a whole bunch of these kind of smaller ones because what I want to do, and I have been wanting to do for some time and just haven't quite gotten around to it yet, is to put together a package of really great agates and other materials that people can use on trim saws, because I know a lot of you don't have, you know, the big saws and the big machines, and yet you love rocks and you would love to be able to do something with them. And so my plan is to include rocks like these and maybe some Vesuvianite and some Thundereggs and, you know, things you can cut on a trim saw and make a box of rocks that's especially for trimming, especially for a trim saw. That's my plan. This stuff is so cool. It has it's mined by one guy and his son and they initially mined it it was in one place in Idaho, and they had to hike way in and hand dig. They finally got some equipment in there so that they can dig it out, but really like this stuff. I got this stuff at Richardson's Rock Ranch, and Richardson's, you'll probably remember me going there and doing digging through their rock bins. It's such a wonderful place. It's in Oregon. It's near Madras, and I'm actually planning on going there again soon. This stuff is from Morocco, which is kind of funny that it's called Apple Valley, because that doesn't sound very Moroccan, but it's pretty. I got these blue opal Thundereggs from Richardson's as well. They're just sitting in water waiting for me to do something with them. Over here, I have some more Jasper from Idaho. This stuff I found myself. I was taken to a spot by viewer Paul Fulmer, who was just so much fun to hound with. And we found some Jasper. We found a whole bucket full of cool little agates, and it was really a fun trip. I love going hounding with folks that know the area. This is a bag full of agates that we found. Those are going to go in a tumbler. This is from China. It's called chopstick agate because it has all these little sticks going every which way. And it doesn't look like much on the outside, but if you cut it, it has some really cool patterns. See if I can find one that looks... Yeah, you can just hardly even tell that these are worth looking at all, but they are. You kind of can start seeing the sticks there. There. These are examples of rocks that look way better when they're cut than they do when they're just sitting there. This is a bin I have of crazy lace agate. Crazy lace is from Mexico. Oof, and you can see there why it's called that. Look at that beautiful pattern. Gorgeous. This drawer has jade in it, and this has come from a variety of sources. Some of them are purchased from rock shops that have sphere making capabilities, and that's what this one is. Some of them came with equipment that Jim bought, and some of them is from Wyoming, some of them is from Washington. Jade is such a fun material. This one is purple and green jade, and this one I think is from China. Pretty. Here I've got island agates. Again, these were purchased at Highland Park Lapidary. Swirls in that. This is what they look like without being cut. Some of these have some really beautiful color in them. Most of the ones I've cut have been kind of monocolor. You know, they're not a lot of variety, but I've seen cuts that are just fantastic. Here is some gold sheen obsidian. Oh, look at that. Gold sheen obsidian is a stone that has a special shine in certain angles, and this one is just, oh gosh, it's so pretty. I have not really cut a lot of obsidian yet because I'm kind of chicken. I'm a little bit worried about being able to do it properly. Here's some more of that stuff from the polka dot agate mine. To really show you everything I have would take quite a long time, but these are Thundereggs. These are from Richardson's, and I also have some medium-sized Thundereggs and large-sized Thundereggs, and I've packaged these all together in a small, medium, and large order on my Etsy store so that people can get a variety of sizes, because Sometimes you just don't want to cut all small. This is a plume agate. I just think when I make cabochons from these, they're just so fantastic. There's a lot of depth in that. This is a chain coral that I picked up. When I was in the Caribbean, I found some live chain coral that is the same kind of stuff as this, so I thought that was really, really neat. Well, to be honest, that's just a small percentage of the stuff that I have accumulated over the years. And I'll show you one more thing, which is the one thing that I probably won't cut until I find something bigger, and that is my 15-pound Montana agate. And I'll show you that, and then we'll be done. Here is my baby. It looks like a giant dinosaur egg, doesn't it? Anyway, I have a deal with my oldest son that I won't cut this one unless I find one that's bigger. So here's hoping. Speaking of agates that I won't get rid of, this is the first agate that I found that was a large agate. And I was so excited. It was years and years ago, like 25 years ago, maybe 30. And gosh, it might have even been 35. Oh, time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, I can remember finding this. It was all covered in silt. And then I found it, uncovered it, and washed it off. And I was just so happy. You would think I'd won the lottery. So that one's not going anywhere either. Well, that's a peek at some of the rocks in my collection. I hope you enjoyed yourself. If you'd like to support this channel, check out my Etsy store, Katie Did Rocks. The link is in the description below. Katie Did Rocks is also a Highland Park Lapidary affiliate, so if you're jonesing for some rough rock or you need some supplies, or even if you want to buy a machine from them, use the code Katie Did Rocks. You'll get 10% off of rough rock and supplies, and just give me a boost if you use it to buy a machine. So thanks again for coming along. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.